developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes!
Today, we're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, 3 things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is. We're going to use the best pointing device in the world. We're going to use a pointing device that we're all born with. We're born with 10 of them. We're going to use our fingers. We're going to touch it.
And welcome, Huckleberry Labs. We have 3 minutes on the clock for Huckleberry Labs. And we have a little bit of ringing happening from the audio. Can the audio team figure out where that's coming from? Good, thank you. All right, are you ready, Huckle?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, go.
At Huckleberry Labs, we solve one of the world's biggest problems: getting kids to sleep through the night. Let me show you how this works. Here's Deborah and her son Owen. And like most kids Owen's age, he wakes up his mom every night. Her pediatrician told her to just let him cry, which was not helpful. The thing is, most pediatricians are not trained in improving sleep, so it's a good thing she heard about Huckleberry. She downloads the app and logs 1 week of sleep. When he goes to bed, she starts a timer or swipes to enter a time after the fact. She indicates whether there's anything worth noting about that sleep session, such as whether it happened in the car, during nursing, whether he was asleep before or after, etc. She takes an adaptive Q&A that mimics speaking with a sleep consultant. So for example, does Owen resist or delay going to bed? She says, yes, you just described my life. Using this data, Huckleberry pattern matches against over 16,000 scenarios. And in Owen's case, the sleep patterns, along with the other metrics, indicate that actually there are patterns of overtiredness that are resulting in a surge in energy in the evening, causing it to be difficult for him to fall asleep and stay asleep. Now, Deborah gets an extremely tailored plan that feels right to her. We help her with when exactly the sleep timing should happen. If she shifts too early, then it's going to be treated as a nap. If she shifts too little, then he'll just end up waking up early in the morning. She gets a full sleep profile explaining what's going on and why, and easy-to-follow steps that are known to work for her particular situation. She then taps And here she gets a technique on getting a toddler to not resist going to bed. So this is a big light bulb moment for her. But behind the scenes is a team of Berkeley PhDs, pediatric sleep experts, a professor in sleep medicine. I myself am a mom with a triple major in electrical engineering, computer science, math, and statistics. And we are dedicated to improving the health and well-being of children and the ones who care for them. Now, what about Deborah and Owen? Owen is now getting 1 hour and 45 minutes more of sleep per day. After he reads his book, he goes happily off to sleep and sleeps through the night. Imagine what this does for his well-being and for Deborah's sanity. 85% of our users are already reporting that their child improved sleep. So next time you think about sleep, think Huckleberry Sleep. We're here to help. Thank you.
Okay. Feedback from our judges.
What's the business model?
Okay. And more. We're going to do the feedback as a group, Gina.
And is there a way for the parents to, or I guess for you guys to get the data without having to have parents input it, i.e. via video or other mechanisms to basically allow the removal of the parents forget to do things?
We're getting really bad feedback. It's ringing.
Yeah, I was curious if this data is shared with the pediatricians.
I'm kind of to piggyback on Richard's question. It's like with the automatic input, but then also too, what other vitals are you guys tracking? Because with children, it's not just necessarily the sleep, but the conditions in which they sleep and health issues that they may have as well.
So I got mine stolen because I have a hard time seeing consumers enter the data to get the value and being consistent about it, and that seems a big issue. So I wonder how you can make that autonomous and not dependent on that. And I wonder how you're going to acquire customers. What's your strategy for getting people to start using the app?
Okay, wonderful questions, which I'm glad you asked. Okay, so we actually started off with a hardware device. We have a couple of patents pending on it. We actually dropped it because we found that actually moms of young children are already used to tracking things in an app. And we found that there was actually no problem with getting them to do it. And so we have them do it for 1 week. Over 50% continue to track even after that first 1 week. And comparing with the device to without, the results were the same. So by dropping it, we were able to scale more quickly. The users have already started referring their friends. We ended up in 6 countries without even trying, which we would not have been able to do if we forced them to buy a device first. So there's still, it's still a plan and a possibility, but it's surprising that they didn't require it. Business model. So now it's, so the basic is free. For 3 months, it's $99, less than the cost of a weekend getaway, and you get your sleep back. In comparison, if you use a sleep consultant, that's $300 to $1,000 for a one-time thing. So parents are happy to pay for that. Data shared with pediatricians. It's a possibility in the future. What we found, though, is that most parents have said their pediatricians just tell them to cry. You have about 15 minutes in an appointment with them. And so like if you remember that sleep chart, somebody looking at it doesn't necessarily know what to do with it. But of course, we work closely with doctors and want to make sure that if there is any medical issue, then we're not the people to deal with that. It's the pediatrician. So that could be anything like enlarged adenoids, sleep apnea, things like that. What other vitals are being looked at? So we found, so we're starting with sleep, and we found that things like diet and exercise and all those are good, but for 90% of cases, it's enough to gather the sleep patterns. Also, we gather information about whether they're nursing or not, whether they take a bottle, parenting style, child's disposition, things that they've tried in the past that did or did not work, etc. But beyond sleep, there are so many additional things that we can do. Okay.
Okay. Any further questions from our judges? Okay.
Nope.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Huckleberry Labs.